Good afternoon, folks, and here is a roundup of some of the opinions from gaming websites that have come out in the past few days regarding the Veilguard reveal of the trailer as well as the gameplay trailer yesterday. And it's pretty diverse, which is nice to see, that people are confused or they have their own opinions. They're all different, which is not what you expect from game journos. But here we go. Here's PC Gamer. Dragon Age: The Veilguard gameplay reveal emphasizes just how terminally out of touch EA and BioWare have become. And that's a very different take of explaining why he dislikes the gameplay trailer, quoting David Gator saying EA, he believed at the time, didn't know what to do with Dragon Age, even though it was selling so well and everyone seemed to like it. So, okay, you could accuse the EA executives not being very business savvy, but as we know from the quotes of the two doctors, the founders of BioWare said, EA gives you enough rope to hang yourself. So no, I would not blame EA for the business decisions of the Dragon Age franchise, and instead would argue the devs, the writers, the producers, all the people involved and all the various companies that BioWare has are to blame, not the publisher. So this is a more nuanced take. I don't agree with everything the gentleman says here, but he does have some opinions why it's not good, not just the publisher. So at least there's some insight from Mr. Fraser Brown here on not because it's just it's always EA's fault. No, it's not that. It's not just that. There's other reasons. So that's good. The second one is from Eurogamer.net, and this one, I don't know, maybe it's a normie take. Whisper it, but Dragon Age: The Veilguard has me thinking the unthinkable. It looks like BioWare is back. And I agree, BioWare is back, doing the same crap it's always done. During my stream with Hawk yesterday, I talked about this is no different than just Inquisition 2.5. It's actually worse. It's more like 2.05. It's such a small taste, we don't exactly know what we're getting. But if you look at the plot of Inquisition, the main conflict, the characters, the combat, it's roughly the same. There's very little difference, except now instead of 4 companions, you get 3 in real-time gameplay. Instead of 9 companions, and as a whole, you get 6. And who knows what else they've cut down. So the gameplay trailer looked like it was something scrambled together to look good with not much to show. So when they say, or this person says, this Chris Tapsell, saying that BioWare is back, I agree. It's the same crap. There's nothing new. There's nothing exciting. There's no reason for me to come back. And Inquisition was mediocre at best and had Saturday morning cartoon villain, questionable dialogue options, choices that did not matter. You could argue the gameplay was well put together because of how much there was. So quantity over quality, but that some people like that freedom of choice. Good for them. But no, there was nothing special about Inquisition. It was mediocre at best. And some people like that because it sold very well. Now we have GamesRadar.com, an hour of Dragon Age, so they must have played an extended demo. The Veilguard left me with more questions than answers, but I'm starting to believe I can love a BioWare RPG again. I'm assuming in comparison to Anthem and Andromeda, I don't know. But not a lot of input. Again, a normie response. Oh, I can like BioWare again. They're producing some content which looks better than everything else out there. I don't know. It's a weird take. So, is it really the highest selling games? I don't know. We talk about Mass Effect selling the most. Mass Effect 3, of course. Inquisition sold 6 million, and that was 10 years ago. So, have they been just sitting on their laurels all this time on $6 million? Obviously not. They have the Andromeda, which sold 5 million, which I did not know. I thought it was 2 million, but now it's 5. Same with Anthem at 5 million. So they got money. They're supporting themselves somehow on these horrible games. If you don't think Anthem was horrible, I don't know where you're coming from. Same with Andromeda. But we're talking about the Dragon Age series. And the most high selling was 6 million for Inquisition. And the next one was Dragon Age Origins at 3.2. So that's it. It's still popular. It's still being sold. People out there still want it. It's just not a big seller outside of Inquisition. The next one is also from PCGamer.com. Dragon Age, the Veilguard, romanceable companions won't just wait around for you to woo them. Also, they're all canonically pansexual. That's interesting. Very similar to Mass Effect 3 with Talia and Garrus. If you don't romance them, they hook up. That's totally cool. Choose whatever you like. That's great. The difference here is the argument that, they're all canonically pansexual, which is just a fancy word for being bisexual. They'll just flirt with and sleep with whoever they like for whatever reason. Great. Who cares? The problem here is there's some sort of argument of what it means to be player sexual. So if the player is the focus of control or the loci of control, therefore everything should happen to the player. Why wouldn't whoever you're romancing almost also like you? But that's not always the case. Even in Dragon Age 2, where everyone was bisexual, some characters you couldn't romance at all. So the difference here is, like Dragon Age 2, the argument is, we're gonna open up sexuality to everyone because that's a modern thing, and the producer is a transsexual person. They're open with sexuality. It's like, great. No, that's not the issue. The issue is, in Dragon Age 2, everyone is bisexual, not because that was the plan. It's because that's all the time they had. It's much easier to make everyone bisexual, whether or not the player chooses male or female as a main character. It's more efficient, it's cost effective, and we don't have the time to make out fleshed characters who have a certain disposition towards sex. That's the real reason. Let's be honest. It's been 10 years. We just got content from 2 trailers this week that showed next to nothing. And now they're telling us everyone's bisexual. Gee, I wonder why that is. It's not because it was designed that way, because they ran out of time. With all the cuts, with all the layoffs, with all the seniors leaving the company in the past 10 years, and with the economy the way it was, with COVID, this is a mess. This is a mess that somehow is going to be released gold this year in the fall. And I bet it's going to be extended because they're all the release dates always get extended from BioWare. So it's going to happen. But it's not because this was the plan. It's because it's easier and faster to make everyone bisexual. Now, this is the real blog post from most of the fans, I think would agree. And you can go on Twitter to figure that out yourself, where the fans are coming from, or Tumblr, although I don't recommend going there. You'll get a very clear picture of what kind of fan would say something like this. And that is Dragon Age, the Veilguard's writes, Inquisition's greatest sin. BioWare's priorities are in the right place for its 4th foray into Dragon Age. Now, what was Inquisition's greatest sin? Was it the mediocre gameplay? Was it the Saturday morning cartoon villain? Was it the boring, expansive level design that just you kept walking and nothing was going on? Was it the horrible dialogue? Was it the lack of choice or player choice that affects anything? What was it? Well, it was none of those things. You know what it was? It was that BioWare is finally letting you kiss Lace Harding. That cute little elven girl who's your scout. Which I think most people online who are anticipating the next Dragon Age care about. Because they're perverts, they're LGBTQ, LMNOP, Two-Spirit plus advocates, whatever, and they only care about sex. That's it. That's the real reason. That's where the fan base is for Dragon Age. As far as I can tell, you cannot base it off gameplay. You cannot base it off quality of voice acting or music or graphics. Storytelling is out the door. It's all about sex. And if you don't believe me, go on to any forum, go on to Twitter, go on to Tumblr, go on to YouTube, and the people who are talking positively about the game only care about sex. Anyway, thanks for listening. Have a great day.